Welcome to MarvTrendings Weekly Dispatch, United States Edition, where every headline delivers insight and every trend reveals the untold story behind the news. I'm your voice for this week's Unfiltered briefing. From a bone-chilling Arctic deep freeze affecting over 230 million Americans to explosive shakeups within the federal government, we're here to cut through the noise and give you the raw truth behind today's U.S. headlines. Strap in as we uncover how unconventional foreign policy moves and a war with the media are shaking up Washington. This isn't your everyday news. It's real, it's raw, and it's the news that shapes tomorrow. Arctic outbreak and the deep freeze. First up, a historic Arctic outbreak has gripped the nation. From Montana's bone-chilling minus 51-degree wind chills to record-breaking lows in major cities like Kansas City and Dallas, an unprecedented polar vortex is hitting over 230 million Americans. This isn't just cold weather. It's a public safety crisis, with warnings about burst pipes and dangerous conditions stretching from the Central Plains to the southeast. Weather experts predict temperatures will slowly moderate by the weekend, but the impact on everyday life and infrastructure will be felt for days. Federal mass layoffs and government shakeup. Next, a bombshell from Washington.
A DoD statement saying the termination of as much as 8% of the civilian workforce is to, quote, produce efficiencies and refocus the department on the president's priorities. Late today, President Trump pressed to defend the deep cuts being pushed by ally Elon Musk's Department of Government Efficiency.
He's doing something that a lot of people wouldn't have the courage to do. We want to streamline our country.
In a move that critics are calling the Valentine's Day Massacre, the Trump administration has rolled out mass federal layoffs, dismissing thousands of probationary employees across multiple agencies. With legal battles already erupting and unions filing class action lawsuits, this purge has not only upended the lives of public servants, but also stirred deep fears about institutional collapse and accountability in government. And as some layoffs are being hastily rescinded, the chaos is only deepening. Unconventional foreign policy and Ukraine negotiations. On the international front, President Trump is rewriting the rulebook. In a surprise twist, he's held highly productive phone calls with both Putin and Zelensky, launching negotiations to end the Ukraine war, all while controversially blaming Ukraine for the conflict. Even more jaw-dropping? The administration's proposal to claim up to 50% of Ukraine's rare earth minerals as payment for U.S. support.
Ukraine will never accept deals made behind our backs without our involvement. And the same rule should apply to all of Europe. No decisions about Ukraine without Ukraine, no decisions about Europe without Europe. Putin will try to get the US president standing on Red Square on May 9th this year, not as a respected leader, but as a prop in his own performance. Does America need Europe as a market? Yes. But as an ally? I don't know. And I also will not take NATO membership for Ukraine off the table. But right now, the most influential member of NATO seems to be Putin, because his whims have the power to block NATO decisions.
European allies are livid, and critics say these demands echo historic reparations with a modern twist. It's diplomacy at its most unfiltered and unpredictable. Media mayhem, the AP ban, and White House clashes. Finally, a headline that's lighting up social media. The White House has indefinitely banned Associated Press reporters from the Oval Office and Air Force One, simply because the AP won't use the official term Gulf of America. In a move many say smacks of censorship and political bias, this controversial action has ignited a firestorm online. Critics warn that when the government starts controlling language, freedom of the press is the first casualty. Now, let's shift gears to what's buzzing online. On Twitter and Reddit, people are frozen, both literally and figuratively. Hashtags like Siarcticus outbreak and Ikiak deep freeze are trending as users share their icy morning commutes and busted pipes, with many questioning if the government's emergency measures are too little, too late. Meanwhile, outrage is simmering over the federal layoffs. Posts under hashtag layoff massacre and hashtag #GovPurge capture raw emotions, from shock and disbelief to calls for accountability. And when it comes to foreign policy, Twitter is ablaze with debate. Some praise Trump's no-nonsense approach to negotiating with Putin, while others slam the minerals deal as nothing short of modern-day extortion. Finally, the AP ban has sparked a digital revolt. Journalists and media critics alike are decrying what they call an attack on press freedom, with calls to number free the press echoing across platforms. The public sentiment is clear. Americans are not holding back, and neither are we. Let's dive deeper into the mass federal layoffs, a move that's redefining the relationship between government and its workforce. In just 3 days, thousands of probationary employees have been shown the door, sending shockwaves through every federal agency from the Forest Service to the IRS. Our investigation reveals that many of these employees had stellar performance reviews, and yet they were dismissed under vague claims of misalignment with current needs. Critics argue this is less about efficiency and more about a political purge designed to reshape the federal workforce in Trump's image. Legal experts warn that the resulting lawsuits and class action challenges could lead to a prolonged court battle, destabilizing the very institutions meant to serve the American people. And amid the chaos, some critical roles, like nuclear safety and veteran care, are at risk. This isn't just a staffing issue. It's a seismic shift in how government accountability is enforced, and it raises one raw, unfiltered question. Who really pays the price when public servants are sacrificed on the altar of political expediency? To wrap up this week's dispatch, here are your key takeaways. A relentless deep freeze is testing our resilience. Unprecedented federal layoffs are sparking controversy and legal firestorms. Bold and polarizing, foreign policy moves are shaking up international relations, and a fierce clash with the press is unfolding right in the heart of the White House. We want to hear from you. What do you think about these government shakeups? Are you feeling the chill of the deep freeze? Or is it the political fires that worry you more? Drop your thoughts in the comments, join the conversation on social media, and don't forget to subscribe for more raw, real, and unfiltered updates every week. Remember, at MarvTrendings Weekly Dispatch, we deliver the news that shapes tomorrow, raw, real, and unfiltered. Stay informed, stay engaged.